One of the things that people ask me in addiction recovery, you know, for 20 years now, I've worked with people with our holistic addiction recovery program, and one of the things that they ask me if they're recovering from negative thinking, spending or gambling, if they're recovering from smoking addiction, food addiction, alcohol, prescription drugs, street drugs, you name it, sex, it doesn't matter, a sex addiction or a masturbation addiction. One of the things that I'm asked all the time, is it possible to be free of the addiction and free of the craving? Is it possible, because I've been addicted to sex or masturbation or alcohol or prescription drugs for 20, 30, 40 years, or maybe 6 months, but I went downhill in those 6 months? Is it possible to be free of the addiction and the craving and the desire? I'm asked it constantly. Hi, I'm David Essel. And do you know what the answer is? If you listen to so many programs that are out there today, well-meaning programs, they'll tell you this, that if you don't keep coming to the program, you are going to always be craving. You are always going to be ready to fall off the wagon and become a victim to your addiction again. They're going to say that the craving never goes away. They're going to say that no matter how well you're working your system, your program of recovery, that the craving is always there. I've had people tell me that, and I believed it 15 years ago. I really did. In the beginning of my work with people, helping them to get sober, I thoroughly believed what everyone was saying, what the norm was, that the craving is always going to be there, that once you're an addict, always an addict, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic, once a sex addict, once a gambler, you're always going to have the craving. And I'm going to tell you that's dead wrong. That is so far off base, it isn't even funny. The answer, the correct answer is this. If you work a program and you go into total surrender, mind, body, spirit, to your higher power, and if you have a really awesome system, there will come a time, it could be in 6 months, it could be in 2 years, it could be in 4 years, where you will lose all craving whatsoever. It's called a spiritual awakening, and it's possible for anyone. I could tell you stories about me, and I'm just going to tell you one. More importantly is the fact of all the clients I've worked with that have come back to me years later and said, I can't believe that I have no craving whatsoever for nicotine, for smoking, that I'll be in a bar, I'll be at a wedding, and I don't have any interest in having alcohol. I'll go through bankruptcy, foreclosure, and divorce. And David, do you want to know something really interesting? Is that I've gone through some of the most hellacious things, and not once did I ever think about picking up a drink or a cigarette, or not once did I ever think about masturbating over the stressful situation, or not once did I ever go out and get a prostitute or go to a strip club, or not once did I go gambling somewhere or get online and buy all kinds of crap from eBay I don't need. They'll say they're amazed. They're incredibly stunned. And I will tell you it's true. Please disregard anything else you've ever heard. If you go to that unbelievable place of a foundation of recovery that could include 12-step and holistic addiction recovery programs, it might include acupuncture and meditation, exercise, a really powerful nutritional plan, nutritional supplementation. If you go through emotional recovery and surrender, if you go through a full holistic addiction recovery program, your addiction, I don't care how genetically based it is. I have addictions that were genetically based. We can look back at my family tree and say, oh my Lord, look at all these people that were alcoholics. Look at all these people that were X, right? And I don't care how far it goes back into your family tree. I don't care how much genetic plays a link in regards to you being an addict. If you're free and if you're in an amazingly powerfully based recovery program, the cravings will disappear. The thoughts about your addiction will, the lust, the wishing that right now, if I could just have a drink, if I could just have a cigarette, I'd feel so much better. All of that, I promise you, will totally disappear if you go through a powerful program, you have a great foundation, and you absolutely go to 100% surrender. I have seen it over and over. I've experienced it in my life. In 1996, there was this amazing lifting of an addiction I had to cocaine. I was a binge cocaine user. And from 1996 to this day, and I praise God every day for this, is I have never, ever once, no matter if I've been at parties where it was available, if I've had the worst experiences in my life, if I've been down in the dumps, lower than ever, and from 1996 to today, I'll tell you those things have all happened. Not once did the thought of using cocaine, which I used to use for all kinds of reasons, not once did it ever come into my brain. I sit here today and praise God. I knock on God's wood, not my own, but God's wood, and say thank you. And I know in my experience it's possible, and I know for you it's possible, and I know for the hundreds and hundreds of people I've helped getting sober from all kinds of addictions, it's possible for them too. They're living it today. If you want to know more, contact me at talkdavid.com. Please, though, number one, if anyone tells you differently, walk away. Don't listen. Don't argue. Don't sit there and go, but David Essel said X. Don't even worry about that. Confrontation isn't necessary. Know in your heart and soul that whatever you're struggling with today, or whatever you struggled with 6 months ago or 16 years ago, that if you're on the right path with the program, all cravings, all attachment, all desire to that substance, thought, or behavior that was the addiction will disappear. I guarantee it. Contact me, talkdavid.com. If you know someone who's struggling with alcohol, nicotine, food, whatever it is, drugs, prescription, street drugs, and they don't know if they're in a strong enough program, send this video to them. Let them know there's a path, there's a way. Okay? And I would love to be a part of it. If I can help in any way, talkdavid.com. And don't forget to sign up at Super Slowdown. Right there, Super Slowdown is our account on YouTube, so every video that we send out once you're a subscriber goes directly to you. Okay? Have an unbelievably sober day, knowing in the back of your mind that it's possible to be fully free. I'm David Essel. Bye-bye.